Yes, hello, and welcome to My Two Cents on It. My name is Jared, aka My Two Cents on It. I said everybody got a show on YouTube giving their 2 cents, so I said, hey, why can't I give my 2 cents? Joining me is my frequent guest, Mr. Greedy Sports Talk. Sir, how you doing?
I'm marvelous, sir. Thank you for having me on. It's always an honor to chop up about some sports and latest news and what's going on and everything. I appreciate that.
All right, yes, sir, Greedy. You know you a guest for life. Don't worry about that, sir. All right, so before we get to the topics, I'm gonna get to a little sports news. Excuse me. So, in an effort to obviously get more African American males interested in the sport, MLB has decided to integrate the Negro League stats into the MLB record books. So that means that the players who play in the Negro Leagues, their stats will now count towards Major League Baseball records. So they're going to combine the two sports. So as a result, Josh Gibson has surpassed Ty Cobb as the career batting average leader. So Josh Gibson's lifetime batting average was 372 over Ty Cobb, who batted 367. Also, Josh Gibson has another record as well. He now is the all-time leader. Of course, batting average was mentioned. Also, is slugger percentage and OPS, and holds the all-time season record in each of these categories. He was one of more than 2,300 Negro League players, including three living players who played in the 1920 to 1948 era in Bill Greason, Ron Teasley, and Hall of Famer Willie Mays. So this is, of course, to get more blacks interested in Major League Baseball. Remember a few years ago, Adam Jones, the Orioles outfielder, said baseball was racist. So they're trying their best to get away from that, and to say no, 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 we uh we like blacks. What are your thoughts, Greedy?
Um, I have here, I have been paying attention to most recent MLB as I should. I've been in and out of the sport, since I've been watching the White Sox in the club, because give you a little backstory about me. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, so I always rooted for the White Sox. And I'm in Chicago, so I went to school on the north side, so I eventually started rooting for both teams, the Sox and Cubs. So whoever won was a win to me. But now is MLB watchable in my opinion? I do understand baseball, but I just can't sit there and watch it. It's not because of you know white or black or anything like that. It just the game is too slow for me.
No, you know what? You know what? Baseball has made some changes, so they have a pitch count. So a pitcher has to pitch within a certain amount of time. So the
Oh,
game
okay.
the game is actually sped up. So before games used to be like 3.5 hours. Now games are actually 2.5 hours. Some games have to go by 2 hours if there's a good pitcher. So the game is actually sped up. So yeah, so they've done that, sped the game up actually. So that's a very good thing.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that makes sense. They sped it up with the pitch count and everything.
Yes.
I'm gonna start back. I'm trying to tune in one of the games, but it's just like I haven't been that interested in watching baseball. But I did to watch it, on and off, just to see how the White Sox and the Cubs are doing,
Yeah.
and things of that nature. But
As a matter of fact, the White Sox, the Cubs, I believe, play each other next week. So you can
oh wow,
check out those two games when they play each other in Wrigley Field next week.
oh that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes. Also, in more news, the LA Clippers have re-signed coach Ty Lue to a new deal for the next 5 seasons that will pay him 14 million dollars per year. So he'll be one of the highest paid coaches in baseball. In NBA. And in my opinion, your coaches that should be paid around that money is a institution. Basically, a coach has been there forever today, like a Greg Popovich or a uh, uh, Eric Spoelstra. Coaches that have been in the organization for years and years and won multiple championships. And Ty Lue has a championship, was with the Cavs, and he hasn't really won diddly squat with the Clippers. And to pay him $14 million, that's a bit much. To not win a championship.
Yeah, I know. I get your point where you're coming from. And and that's a legitimate point. But you know what? I'm gonna say something about that. Kawhi. I hate to come down on Kawhi, but he's been part of the problem as far as like the reason why. Oh, go ahead, Gerald.
No, I was saying lower management, the injuries, yes.
Yeah, he has been part of the problem. Why the Clippers never been consistent? Because it was times like if you go back to that run in 2021 when they had the Western Conference Finals with the Suns.
Yeah.
Now you can't tell me if they had Kawhi that they wouldn't made to the finals to face Giannis. But it's been unfortunate because Kawhi hasn't been consistently healthy, or he hasn't been able to take him deep into the playoffs. So I get your point, but I think Ballmer, in my opinion, the owner, he has dollars to throw around, and he's building a new stadium, so he want a consistent guy in the coaching, instead of getting rid of him. Like I ain't gonna say no, like the other LA organization is constantly getting rid of coaches, so I respect that the fact that he trying to keep something consistent, and build with what he have instead of just throwing away the coach. Like the coach is always the problem.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bit much to pay a coach to not win a championship. I don't see the Clippers saying win a championship. $14 million, that's a lot. What it was, Ty Lue had leverage because the Lakers had an opening. So, of course, Ty Lue could have easily switched over to the Lakers. So, billionaire Barber said, let me hold on to this guy to not win a championship. He can afford it, but I think it's just, I'm going to say, waste of money, but a slight overpay, in my opinion.
Yeah. And you know what? Ty Lue did a smart thing by taking the money and staying with the Clippers because you went over there with the Lakers. He's gonna have another mental breakdown. Dealing with LeBron.
If LeBron stays, it could be likely, but you never know because you never know LeBron. Because LeBron is going to test free agency, so he may turn Lakers, he may not. Yeah. Also, speaking of LeBron, his son, Bronny James, is staying in the NBA draft. Agent Rich Paul, of course, his father agent, his agent too, says he will not take any two-way deals, and he will only work out for the Lakers and the Suns. I think Bronny is, I think he, number one, should have stayed in school. I've said that. Then number two, to come in the draft, have all these demands. You really just put the fact that LeBron James' son out open. I mean, nobody who had the stats he had in college coming to pros and had these all sorts of demands. But I think it's a bit much.
Yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? And that because of who his father is. When your father's name is LeBron, and he's widely known, and he's one of the faces of the NBA, or arguably the face of the NBA. He's gonna be able to pull some strings for his son, but as Pops always taught me, and this is outside, a little bit outside the subject, but it's relatable. As Pops always taught me, you got to work hard for what you get. People shouldn't be just giving you handouts just because you got a name. Because you got a name. So it already building like the wrong attitude for his son. It's gonna come to this like a sense of entitlement.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's already happened because he's out of the league. I mean, nobody they'll average 4.8 points per game. When they're even coming to the league in the old days, now he's doing it. Talking about he only played for Lakers and the Suns. Yeah. These demands are a bit much. So I think the young man will last in the league through his 5 years, but I don't know if it's gonna be earned or not. And finally, big news to us. I've never watched Hard Knocks, but with the news today that the Bears will be on Hard Knocks this season, I'll be tuned in for the first time ever. So it's gonna be interesting to see, how Caleb Williams acclimates to the league, how Matt Eberflus gets all the new guys together. Who's gonna be the funny guy? How they gonna, record players get cut, turn in your playbook. It's gonna be interesting to see how it goes down over there at Palace Hall. Hopefully, some of the mechanics match up personality and maybe make themselves likable. Who knows?
Well, that should be interesting. Bears on Hard Knocks. Yeah, I'd like to see it
Yeah,
myself.
yeah, I know it's a good show. The funny thing, I've never watched it. Since the band's on it, of course, I got interested, and so I'm gonna be checking it out. The first episode comes on August 6th, so
Mm.
so they'll have by then plenty of footage of training camp, and whatnot. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You too much about my mouth when you said like that'd be your first time watching. Shoot, mine's too.
Yeah, so it's like I said, it's gonna be very, very interesting. Now we're gonna move on to our thoughts on non-sports stories. Things not the sports world, but I feel something we should give our 2 cents on. We're gonna start, with all the news of Diddy and his downfall. This almost got under the cracks, but we got to talk about it. Singer Sean Kingston and his mother were arrested last week after his Florida home was raided. They are facing 10 charges of theft and fraud. So, according to the
Mm.
copy of a May 20 arrest warrant obtained by USA Today, this is from USA Today, fair use copy. The Broward Sheriff's Office has reason to believe Kingston, born Kashawn Anderson, carried out a defrauding scheme, committed grand theft, and fraudulently used individuals' personal information to obtain services. Being so, also said he violated his felony probation. The circuit court judge said Kingston's bond at $140,000. USA Today has reached out to King's attorney for comment. Kingston home in South Florida was subject to a police and SWAT raid last Thursday, which resulted in the arrest of mom Janice Turner for numerous fraud and theft charges. Later that day, the singer was arrested without incident in Fort Irwin, California. He has agreed to return to Florida. So I'll give my thoughts on this. I mean, Sean Kingston, he's a singer, no personality. He should have known it would come back crashing down on him. But I'm even gonna go my heart on his mother because you're his mother. You're supposed to set the example. You're supposed to show him the right way. You're supposed to raise him the right way to do things. And to do this with him shows, a lack of character as you as a person and like you as a parent put your son at risk, especially when he's Sean Kingston. So shame on Sean Kingston, double shame on his mother.
Man, that's horrible. That's man. That's some news right there. I really have no words, but you pretty much said everything that I was thinking of.
I mean, yeah, you're Sean Kingston. Reach out to somebody. You never get have to work a 9 to 5 in your life. I'm sure they could have found something for you to do in Hollywood or singing or something. You could have done something
Mhm.
to make a few bucks. You didn't have to do this to, put yourself over and risk going to jail and embarrassing yourself. So it's just a sin and a shame. So also, we go on how women, spend their good years, just being with this guy, that guy, living it up, Pookie Ray Ray, Hot Girl Summer, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. Then when they get older, they get over the hill. Now they want a guy to settle down with. So enter 59-year-old Vivica Fox, who has made
Mm.
news for talking about how now after living, her life, had her best years way behind. She had the best years when I was a little boy. Now I'm in the 40. So she's now talking about she wants a husband and is accepting boyfriend applications. So if you were to give Vivica Fox advice, what would you give her?
Well, what I would tell her is like, um, teach the young girls the opposite way of that you was living, and like give them like knowledge, to make them wiser. Instead of waiting till you get older to look for the prize, look for your prize while you're young. Like you got a good man, in front of you, that's trying to go somewhere. Get on the, jump on that train early. Jump on the train early. Don't wait till you pass your prime and looking for marriage. I don't know if you're familiar with this guy before he passed away named Kevin Samuels.
Yes, yes.
One of his goals was to like get black people married. Or I should say like, well black people first, but all people married, because the marriage rate was low. And you look at the divorce stats. Most of them was caused by women. Most divorces was caused by women. So I remember a very valid question that my grandma used to ask me. She was like, "When you gonna get married? When you gonna get married?" This is when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
God rest my grandma's soul, but she always wanted me to have kids and get married. And I can say for like our generation, the younger generation, they had moved away from that. So it's more about fun, the here and now, and all that, but it's not bringing no substance and no value for the future. It's like it's too many females, thinking about the here and now instead of thinking about the future. And they don't realize that they need a good man until their prime years are gone. And it's sad. You know what I'm saying? Because like you can have fun. One mistake we make in the black community, you can have fun with, a Pookie and Ray Way, but you never supposed to have a kid by them. You don't never supposed to have like, you don't never supposed to take them that serious. Why should the question of the day is like, why would you take somebody serious that's not serious about you? That's a question that that should be asked among women, and I think Vicky Fox, she can shed some light from her experiences to the young women and help them become better women, and and not make the same mistakes or fall in the same pitfalls that she fell into.
Yeah, I wonder why she would wait to 59 to finally settle down and get a husband. 59, she should have been saying this at 29, at 30 years ago.
Exactly.
She should have been saying this 1994 instead of 2024. So
Yeah.
maybe she could have had kids and but now probably could have had look for the grandkids. So the kids is it's that's gone. But I mean if she's lucky, she'll find somebody they
Right.
hopefully they're trying to weather her money. Hopefully she'll find a guy that was be with her for her. But at 59, there's a slim chance it's gonna happen because her best years are behind. Because can't give a man a baby.
Uh,
all you can do is just give a man companionship. So hopefully she finds a man that likes her for her.
right. Yeah,
I'll
you're
just
right.
say
That's
that. Yeah, so we got to go back to Diddy. Everybody has turned against him after seeing the footage, and one person that had the support and seeing the footage was disgusted and wants to snap the taste out of his mouth is the Toys B.I.G. mother, Valletta Wallace. She said she saw the footage and was sick to her stomach. She said she wants to see him. She wants to see Diddy one more time so she can slap him across the face.
I mean that's understandable with you. I ain't mad at that. He deserved that.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
so
like
of course, yeah, this is according to Boston. Rolling Stone also asked Mr. Wallace to comment on allegations shared in the investigative report about Diddy actions over the years, including when reportedly demanding to be put on their cover instead of Biggie after his death. Bad Boys co-founder, partner, and president Kirk Burrows turned Rolling Stone. He advocated for the late rapper to get the cover, but Diddy was totally against it. I was telling Sean, let's make it Biggie. You still have a chance for a cover in the future. Burroughs recalled, those like, no, he's dead. I put out Cole's debut album, No Way Out in July. I need to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. So yeah, so basically she has reason to be mad at Diddy like everybody else who was robbed or disrespected by Diddy in some way, shape, or form. So this is the further downfall of Diddy.
but you know what? Diddy brought all this on himself. I don't understand the life of me. Why would you keep a tape, like that in your crib? It's like, you could put that offsite somewhere. You know, BB, you mean he didn't never think he was gonna get raided, I guess.
Oh no! This is footage from the hotel that was 8 years ago. He paid $50,000 to make sure it never came to the light of day. But since Diddy is on his downfall, they felt the need they haven't put it out there. So that's why it came out now.
Man, I look at that tape footage. Oh, okay. I look at that tape footage, man. I was like, all of the money in the world. If she wanted to leave, let her go.
But
I
yeah, I know you're right. You and I are the same way, look, but it's just that some guys with money and power, the need for control just takes over them. So he felt he needed to control too. He felt he wanted to control. That's what made him, I would say get out. That's what made him feel like a man the most. The power to control people, to make people do things they didn't want to do for his benefit.
so it's like he's more like a control freak.
That's how it is. We have all this power. Power. With great power comes great responsibility. A lot of people fail that responsibility when they need for control takes over doing the right thing and being a good person. And then he failed it, and now his downfall is coming, and it's expected, and it's deserved. Everything he's put through,
Yeah.
for giving his mother and his kids royalty rights for songs they had no work on. For doing everything he did to Lake Kip Porter, mother some of his kids. To some of the other people that suing him now. So everything that's happening to him is deserved. I know
Yeah.
people that have been that against Diddy for years. They felt in their spirit he wasn't right, and they proved to be right, and they get their flowers for seeing for the demon that he was, is and
Right.
was. So now we're gonna get to this topic right here: Stephen A. Smith versus Jaylen Brown and Isaiah Thomas. So basically, episode of First Take last week, Stephen A. Smith said he heard from a source the reason why Jaylen Brown isn't so marketable because he feels he's better, and also because he has this holy thought attitude that he's above certain things, which makes him non-marketable. So not only did Jaylen Brown come back and Stephen A. Smith was telling name your sources, he wasn't who the source is. It being Hall of Fame Isaiah Thomas also came and Stephen A. saying, like he's been a mentor and a friend of Jaylen Brown since he's been in college. He also was a name source too. Stephen A. Went back at them saying, of course, as reporter, can't name sources. You be out of a job and a career, which is true. But they're basically, there's basically just two different viewpoints. So what's your take on it?
Well, my thing is, Jason Tatum is the face of that team.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what Steve A got wrong too. Jason Tatum is the face of that team. And Jaylen Brown, he's a very good player. I want to say, and speaking of him, did he win the MVP award when they swept the Pacers?
Yes, he's the conference MVP. Yes, yes.
So I disagree with Stephen A. Smith. I think Jalen Brown is very marketable, but he's not the face of the Boston Celtics. That's the whole divide right there. Now, if Jalen Brown went on to his own team, then a team that he leads, and then probably like he'd become more marketable. But he's more like he's listed more as like a sidekick to Jason Tatum.
Yeah, well, you know what it is. Jalen Brown went to UC Berkeley, so not only is a basketball school, also a school with high academics. So Jalen Brown not only went to there to also be a basketball player, but also be educated. So Jalen Brown is very smart. He's very articulate. He's like
Yeah,
above certain conversations. And then some people basically some people are intimidated by his intellect, and they're gonna knock that against him by saying he's not marketable to the masses who are basically not as intelligent as he is, and that's a fact of Jalen Brown because because of his intelligence, people are intimidated basically, and they're trying to hold that against him, and I don't think that's right.
yeah, I disagree with that too because I think that's a problem with our community. We like to dumb down things. We don't appreciate like people who has knowledge about certain things. So it just like somebody at school that's always in their books. Everybody, man, he's a lame. He don't do nothing. He's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's not the
Uh-huh.
case.
Right,
Sometimes
right.
it's just a person trying to improve itself and improve his knowledge and trying to get yourself prepared for life. To
Uh-huh.
be successful of what he had passion for. But I think we need to stop doing it in our community. Making people that smart like there's something wrong with them. I know I'm taking out the basketball context, but there's some stuff that's happening in our own community.
It is. It is true. Yes. Yeah, you're 100% right about that. The guy that's the bookworm, that's book smart, not street smart, is knocked against because he don't know what's going on in the street, but he can tell you what physically is, what's the what's pie. So he's knocked against. You're absolutely right. And Jalen Brown says he's not going to change for anybody. He's going to keep being himself, which I think he should be.
Me
And
too.
kudos to Jalen Brown for that. And now we're going to go on to the weekly NBA playoff thoughts. So, what were your thoughts of the past week of the NBA playoffs?
I mean, I've been shocked. I ain't gonna lie. As far as like going back to the Denver Nuggets and Timberwolves series, I was sure thought the Nuggets was gonna pull away in the game seven, which they should be in the game seven. It's up by 20. There's up by 20, and then the Wolves stormed back, took the lead, and they played the Mavericks. Now I picked the Timberwolves because they defense, but I wasn't I wasn't aware that Dallas defense was just as good. Maybe in some instances better. But I think the difference in the Dallas series and the Wolves series is it come down to your clutch players, your players who can come through in the clutch. When stuff get tight, stuff get close.
Uh huh.
How are your players? How are your key players going to execute? I think Kyrie, from the whole Kyrie and Luca from the whole playoff series, they showed all the teams how they execute in the clutch when games are close. They did in the OKC series, they did in the first series, they did in this series. They've been clutch. And I think going to a finals, that's one key card that they have for them, and also Luka and Kyrie, they are actually making effort on defense. That's the other thing too, because neither one of them are known as defensive players. Most of them are known for offense. But the fact they showing effort shows to me a different side of Dallas Mavericks, and it's making Mark Cuban look like a genius for picking up Kyrie when when other teams during the time didn't want to touch Kyrie because he was brought down so bad by the media, the sports media. Remember Kendrick Perkins said like if a bird had Kyrie's brain, he'd be flying backwards. I was like, whoa, man. I was like, to me that was just too much. And then Stephen A. Smith saying Kyrie should retire. I mean, it has to be big redemption if Kyrie wins a chip with Luka. But like I say, it been shocking to me. Now, it wasn't what wasn't shocking is what's happening in the East. Going back to New York, they was on the run, and they had gave the Pacers all they got, but players got hurt. Injuries are a big part of success. It's how healthy you can keep a team whole. But we all know like in the playoffs, somebody hurt, one way or another, and you just gotta go out there and play with who you have. But I gotta get credit to Jalen Brunson for taking the Knicks that far as he took them. With a lot of key players out. And the Pacers, they're a good young team, but I said they have some growing to do. As far as like team maturity and Tyrese Halliburton, I can see like a bright future for him. But the thing about Pacers, I think they'll be good next year. I think they just need. It's not they missing something though. It's not the Pacers missing something.
Yeah, the Pacers missing something, but they own the hook
right.
to make the Eastern Conference Finals, and they got a burgeoning star, Tyrese Halliburton. So the Pacers are right there. I think the Pacers overachieve. The Knicks the Knicks with the injuries, they overachieve. It's just that with the Bucks underachieving, the 76ers, I'm gonna say they slightly underachieved because with Joel Embiid, they're not gonna do it forever today to do something. So with two underachievers and two overachievers, that allowed Boston, to just kick walk right to the finals because got the Heat without Jimmy Butler, the Cavs the last 3 games without Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen, and then the last 2 games of Pacers without Tyrese Halliburton. So they can't. So, but I think the Pacers, the Celtics will be ready in the NBA Finals. It isn't surprising because they made some good changes, even though he's hurt. Porzingis was a very good pickup in the front court. Drew Holiday is one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA. If you have one of them, then you're in real good shape. Derek White, he is the heart and soul of the team that Marcus Smart was, but he's the inventive player Marcus Smart is on the court. So he's doing that on the court. So they got a very good star lineup. And their bench is pretty good too, with Houses coming in off the bench doing his thing. So they got a pretty good bench. Joe Mazzulla, he's doing a good job keeping the ship going. He did a good job retaining the ship at the end of that go of Ime Udoka. And I think in my opinion, the Boston has a good shot to win it. Now let me go over West because right now the Mavericks on top of the T-Wolves. I'm looking at 89-64. So it's looking like the Mavericks are on the way to the finals. So I could say. So you were saying about Kyrie and Luka, of course, they had the edges, but we got to talk about everybody else because Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford are a pretty good combo center. Lively especially because his absence Tuesday was a big part of why they lost. Now him on the court, they straight up dominate because he's not only he's a good pick and roll player, he also can run the offense with the high post for the team sometimes as well. And also, you know, you got PJ Washington who has stepped up at the 4,
Oh yeah,
who
that's
has
that's
2 games
good.
scored 20 points. Tim Hardaway Jr., you know, who has stepped up as well. So they are really, you know, showing out. But
Yeah,
you know, Jason Kidd, I mean, they say in Brooklyn and Milwaukee he couldn't coach. Now here in Dallas, he's on the verge of taking them to the finals. So Jay Kidd is showing
right.
that he is a good coach. So shout out to him for that.
Oh yeah,
Now, let me get to Minnesota. Like I was saying a little while ago, of course, to keep Anthony Edwards. I mean, that's your franchise.
oh yeah,
Maybe, you know, Carr and Child like to say he's the best shooting big man in NBA history. But maybe, you know, he might have to go elsewhere. Maybe they might have to give Ant-Man another sidekick.
yeah.
Mike Conley, he's going to be retiring soon. The old man Conley can play forever. So they're going to have to find a point guard, place for the point guard. I mean, they got Nas Reed, 6 man of the year. Rudy
Yeah.
Gobert, defense player of the year, even though Rudy been getting lit up like Christmas tree this year.
Oh yes.
So Minnesota go. I mean, they there, but they need some more pieces. I have to go with the hump because they're about
Yeah,
to
they
lose the
do.
5. They should have got swept if Lowry had played, but lose the 5 shows they got a ways to go.
They actually over. That's you know what? That's another team that actually overachieved. Because nobody really expected the Timberwolves to beat the Denver Nuggets. You know, a
No,
lot of
not
people
the
had
way they did. No, they didn't. Yeah, we thought they had arrived when they beat Denver at 7, but obviously they haven't arrived yet.
right. And it's just like we were talking about earlier. I think Anthony Edwards need this. He needs this defeat so he can go through some growing pains. Because how early years. Michael Jordan. Larry Bird. All the legends. LeBron James. Everybody had to have like some type of growing pains or some type of loss or defeat. To elevate them to greatness.
Yeah.
And he's only 22 years old, so um, the ceiling is going up for Anthony Edwards. Especially staying motivated. He's a very good two-way player. He's consistent on both ends, but
I would
I,
say that. Yeah, I would say that. Catch you off. I'm gonna say that Anthony Edwards is a top 5 player.
yeah.
Yeah, I would agree to that absolutely. So I guess we can do a preview of the finals. This is going to be Mavericks
Oh,
Celtics. It's going to come
yeah.
out. The series going to start next Thursday, June 6th. I do believe 7:30. They might push up 7:30 for 7:30. All games on ABC. So, what is your early thoughts of the series?
I have Dallas. Well. Before I make my pick, I'm gonna say like this is gonna be interesting series because I feel like Dallas probably had the tougher road than Boston Celtics did in the East,
Mm.
and I don't think the Celtics been tested all season. I mean all playoffs. I don't think they've been
No, they
tested.
haven't.
So I think the Dallas Mavericks gonna give them a good test because now you're going against a team that plays defense. Like you mentioned guys like Lively, you got Gafford, you got PJ Washington. So you got that team of Kyrie and Luca. And Kyrie already won a championship, so he already played on this elite level. He knows what to do. And he's gonna elevate Luca. Look, I think Luca gonna go crazy in the finals. But I see it being a good series. I ain't counting out Boston, but I think if Boston, if this is the first time they're being tested, that might be a problem. So that being said, I'm gonna go with Dallas. I want to say in 6. They have to be in 6 because if they don't, Celtics gonna win it in 7.
I will say this. This is the series that the Celtics need Porzingis because, like I
Yeah,
said, with Lively and Gafford, the big combo center, they need Porzingis out there. Not only to be a versatile weapon to stretch out Lively and Gafford whenever they defended them. To be
right.
a jack of all trades out there. So they need Porzingis, and of course, Dan White is gonna be ragged guarding Kyrie and Luca. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully got enough energy for offense. So so this is gonna be the series on Tatum and Brown to show why they're the best 1-2 combo in the league.
Love it.
Jay Brown gonna have to show like why Jay Brown gonna show why he get paid $300 million, while Tatum will get paid over $300 million when his contract expires. They got to show that they're the best 1-2 punch. So they need to come out and show it, and I think they will show it. And that's why I got Boston winning in 7. I got the Boston Celtics. Early thoughts right now being the 2024 NBA champions on first thought. Yeah, this is a celebrated show, Greedy. But we should be back longer when we have more guests. But tell people how they can reach you on social media.
They can find me on Facebook at Greed Sports Talk. Also, my YouTube channel as well, Greed Sports Talk, where I have like posted some sports videos on there. You can check it out. And also on Facebook, like I said, I post all type of sports media, like not just basketball, but football, boxing, some UFC stuff, all that stuff. You can come check it out. And thanks for having me on, Gerald. I appreciate it.
Like I said, Greedy, anytime you want to come on, like to have guests. So you can find me on Facebook, Gerald and Brits, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. My 2 cents on it. For my guests, Greedy Sports Talk, I'm Gerald Brits, aka my 2 cents on it, and that was our 2 cents on it. Have a good night. Thank you again, Greedy.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. Yeah.